Alright, so we got a whole chicken here. I'm going to put some olive oil on it. You can kind of rub the olive oil on if you want to, or you don't have to. Add a little bit of lemon juice. Then I got garlic salt. Generous portion of that. You want to give it a lot of flavor. Some cilantro. Just sort of randomly pick that one out of the spice cabinet. Again, a lot of that on there kind of helps to trap in the juices. And of course, sea salt. And pepper. And I have an onion that's cut up into some small sections, so I'm going to flip this over, season the other side, and then I'm just going to put the onion around the chicken so the flavor kind of cooks up into the chicken. Alright, so there's the chicken with the spices, the onions cut up, kind of pushed around in there. Now I'm going to throw it in the oven at 350 for about 45 to an hour. Here's a real simple way to make sweet potatoes taste real good. Sweet potatoes are real healthy for you. You're going to cut them up, cut the skin off, and then cut them into some thin wedges. Get some organic olive oil. Put a little bit of that on one layer of them, so you just have these sweet potatoes one layer thick in each of these pans right now. Put some olive oil on there. Now we're going to add sea salt. No label on there. I put it in my own container. Decent amount of sea salt because a lot of it's going to cook into the potatoes. That's where it doesn't get weird yet actually. Next is garlic salt. You guys know that I like that if you watch me do any cooking videos. So again, nice portion of that. Now it'll get a little weird. Now we're going to add a bunch of cinnamon. So again, we want to coat the cinnamon real thick on there because it's going to cook into the sweet potatoes. And I'm going to put that on both. Remember, you're just doing one layer at a time here. You want all this nice flavor on each of the thin wedges of sweet potato. So this is one layer, then we're going to pile another layer of sweet potatoes on top and do another layer of each of the seasonings. And now's where it gets real weird. You're going to add some honey. This gives it a really, really nice sweet flavor. Obviously, if you're doing any kind of a no sugar diet, if you're on a real aggressive fat loss plan, don't do the honey. You can do everything else I've added up to this point other than the honey, and they'll taste really good. They'll have more of a savory taste. Now they've got a sweeter taste. Okay, so I've got all that stuff on the sweet potatoes. Now I'm going to put another layer on top and just repeat the same thing I did. Alright, so we got the second layer on there. You have all the seasonings and everything, the honey and the olive oil and all that stuff on there. It's looking real nice. Oven is heated to 400. Actually, it's still getting there, but I'm going to go ahead and throw these in. We're going to leave them in for about 1 hour. You can put some tin foil on there, but you don't need to. You can just cook it like that. So about an hour later, those are going to come out tasting real nice. Alright, so here's going to be a nice salad here. This is a bag of spinach. It's about maybe 3 cups of spinach, and I actually pulled it apart because Laurelyn likes to eat it that way. And I don't mind. It actually makes it a little easier to eat. So on top of the spinach, we'll add some balsamic vinegar. And I don't measure this out. I just sort of pour some on there. I really like a nice vinegary taste. Helps to break apart the leaves too. We have some sliced almonds. So I'm going to put about a handful or 2 of these in there. We'll put 2. Kind of sprinkle them in there. Sliced almonds, good stuff. Take some lemon that we have left over that I just put on the chicken. Squeeze the lemon juice in there. Throw those away. And 2 more things. One is some raspberries. These are organic. We're going to dump this whole thing in there just to add the nutrition, and they taste awesome too. Nice kind of a flavor, nice kind of a sensation it adds to it. And then this is some feta cheese. Throw the crumbles on there. I'm not going to add this whole thing. Maybe about half of it. Once I get it open, then I'll actually put some in there. Alright, so kind of about half the container or so. That's good. Don't need the whole thing. We'll save that, put it on something else. There you go, real nice looking salad. And I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm not going to mix it up. We'll just serve it that way and eat it that way. Alright, and here's the chicken. Just got done cooking. Maybe left it in there a little bit too long, but the inside is going to be nice and juicy. So I'm going to cut it up and put it on a plate. Alright, there it is all together. That's a nice looking meal.
Made them like I made them.
Well, cheers for the food. I got a camera, but I'll cut out that's not on there.
You have to be on film right now?
Yeah, but I'll cut it out. Don't worry. Bon appetit.